now time to hear from our chief guest about his thoughts on independence. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the privilege to have amongst us one of the first life members of the Goa Heritage Action Group. With several international, national and regional awards to his credit, he led the Save Coconut Chipko Andolan. A leading historian and activist, he has also participated in a national campaign for getting Taj Mahal on the Modern Heritage Wonders list in 2007. He sits on the Goa State Museum Committee of Casa de Museo de Figueiredo, and it has been felicitated by several organizations with citations and awards such as the JCs, Rotary Club, Parsam Organization, Konkan Itihas Parishad, Goenka International Award by a Kuwait-based organization. He has received the Brazil-based Felga A. Gracias International Award and was invited by the Sultanate of Oman to deliver a lecture on history and heritage of Goa.
Professor Prajal has travelled to Israel, Egypt, Canada, USA, UK, France, Germany, Italy, Switzerland, the Sultanate of Oman, Thailand, Vietnam, Netherlands, Austria, Belgium and Cambodia. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for
Namaskar. The principal of the school, Sir Joseph, the vice principal, students, teachers, parents, some of the teachers and the administrative staff, I know, especially Jessica. She was a brilliant student in our college, very active. I was very much impressed with the wonderful kids that performed on stage. The welcome dance was very serene and beautiful, and the innocence of the kids enacting the role of Gandhi and the way they performed so beautifully, really very, very impressive. I think the credit of that goes to the school, the teachers and the parents for these beautiful performances. 75 years of India's independence. The 16-year-old Shishir Kumar Banerjee was the youngest martyr in India's struggle for freedom. Shishir Kumar Banerjee was only 16 when he braved bullets on his chest to free our country. Following him, there were a number of martyrs, young lives that were lost at the altar of freedom. Somewhere down the line, I feel either we do not know their names because we were not taught through our history textbooks, or we have forgotten them. For example, the 18-year-old Khudiram Bose. Khudiram Bose went to the gallows at the age of 18 for his revolutionary activities. We know the well-known and the famous Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Sukhdev that went to the gallows with a smile on their lips, with the slogan of Inqilab Zindabad and Sarfaroshi ki tamanna aaj hamare dil mein hai. They were only 22, 23. Chandrasekhar Azad, on 28 February 1931, when the place where he was stationed, that is the Allahabad Park, was besieged by the British, there was only one bullet left with him, and he preferred to shoot himself dead instead of falling into the hands of the enemy. मैं आजाद हूँ, आजाद रहूँगा, said Chandrasekhar Azad. Mangal Pandey, much before all of them, had blown the first bugle of revolt against the British, against the greased cartridges that the British had introduced in the army. And before they could load the bullet, they had to bite off. And that magazine was loaded with cow and pig flesh. A taboo for Hindus and Muslims respectively. So Mangal Pandey in the revolt of 1857 attained martyrdom. There were countless other martyrs that sacrificed their young lives for the sake of India's freedom. Today, somewhere down the line, we are revisiting history. But I would have been glad if our revisiting of history was taken in the right spirit, in the right perspective. One popular opinion that is doing the rounds in our nation today is that Gandhi and Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, were not responsible for the freedom of our country. How can we even think of that? Let us not undermine the contribution of Gandhiji and Jawaharlal Nehru. Many people have reservations of calling him the father of the nation. Maybe those reservations, I do not know. But it was Subhash Chandra Bose in a radio broadcast on April 14, 1944 that bestowed the title of Mahatma on Gandhiji. This is not to belittle the contribution of several other freedom fighters, including women. Women such as Sarojini Naidu, young college girl, Beena Das, Pritilata Vadedar was shot dead, Shanti Ghosh, Suniti Chaudhary, a 70-year-old Matangini Hazra. Matangini Hazra, I'm sure we have forgotten her or we were not taught about her. She was 70 when she braved bullets on her chest by the British. She was leading a satyagraha, carrying an Indian flag, carrying our Indian flag. So somewhere down the line, we have forgotten Matangini Hazra. Dadabhai Nauroji. Dadabhai Nauroji, grandfather of the nation, Pitamaha, as is often addressed. He was the first to speak about India's freedom from the floor of the London Parliament. So Dadabhai Nauroji, Madam Bhikaji Kama unfurled the flag of India's freedom in Stuttgart in Germany with Vande Mataram written on it. Vande Mataram was a beautiful song composed by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee in 1878 that became the revolutionary song of the Swadeshi movement that took place in 1905 against the partition of Bengal. The policy of divide and rule, the Jallianwala Bagh massacre that was as a response of the Rowlatt Act that had curbed civil liberties of Indians. The Jallianwala Bagh, there were two Dyers. One, Governor Dyer, that commanded the other police, British officer Dyer, to fire upon the unarmed crowd gathered at the Jallianwala Bagh. Recently when I visited the Jallianwala Bagh, my eyes were almost welled up to see the bullets. Thousands of men, women and children with no path to escape because the only entrance was blocked by Dyer. And he kept firing on the unarmed crowd till the last bullet was exhausted. And he felt he took a great pride in doing so. And he boasted about it. Udham Singh was a brave revolutionary from the Punjab. He avenged the death of our brethren at the Jallianwala Bagh. by shooting down Governor Michael Dyer, who had ordered the other Dyer to fire upon the unarmed crowd. In the Caxton Hall in London on 13 March 1940, Udham Singh avenged the death of thousands of those who lost their lives at the Jallianwala Bagh. It is lying next to the Golden Temple of Amritsar. Do make a visit to the Jallianwala Bagh and see for yourself the bullet marks. The sacrifices have been numerous. Sometimes when we enjoy our lives, sleep peacefully, I'm reminded of the thousands of soldiers that guard us through the night so that we sleep in peace. Do we think about that? Very often, no. They are dying for us so that we sleep in peace. There have been several wars with Pakistan, also with China, where we have lost some of the finest Indian soldiers such as Abdul Hamid, Saurabh Kalia, Manoj Gupta, and so many whom we should remember on this occasion of 75 years Platinum Jubilee of our independence. So many sacrifices, so many leaders such as Maulana Azad. Then you have Vallabhbhai Patel, the first Home Minister and Deputy Prime Minister of independent India, because of whom 563 kingdoms joined the Indian Union. Junagadh, Hyderabad and Kashmir were a problem. But Vallabhbhai Patel, who was given the title of, a befitting title of Sardar, he sent Operation Polo against the Nizam of Hyderabad and got the Nizam to surrender, and he joined the Indian Union most reluctantly. The Nawab of Junagadh was equally adamant not to join India, he wanted to join Pakistan. It was the intervention of Vallabhbhai Patel that saved us the day. Kashmir's King Hari Singh, because of Vallabhbhai Patel, joined with the Indian Union. We cannot afford to forget the contribution of this Iron Man of India. We also cannot forget the first Prime Minister of independent India, Jawaharlal Nehru. When sometimes people celebrate the assassination of Gandhi, I'm appalled and shocked that we can even think of this. When I have written a post on Facebook on 30th January to commemorate Gandhiji's death anniversary, one person wrote, I had written that Gandhi was assassinated by Nathuram Godse on 30th January 1948 at 5:17 p.m. in New Delhi, Birla House. The first message that I received, Bare kele tane. It was a good deed, he said. It was very shocking that we are justifying killing. I think we need to rethink about many things and let us uphold the contribution of all our freedom fighters, and my appeal to the teachers of history from this institution and all other teachers that let us have a balanced view of history. We need to have a balanced view of history so that our future generations are saved. Let us not create prejudice. Let us not be opinionated. Let us give equal weightage to all our freedom fighters who have contributed, who have sacrificed their lives, their times, their energies to attain us this freedom on 15th August 1947. Jai Hind, Bharat Mata ki Jai, Vande Mataram.